How's it going, everybody? Savvier saying, what is good to all my Super Saiyan homies, here to bring you all sorts of Dragon Ball content. If you enjoy the video, make sure you hit that thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss out on any future content. Today, what we are going to be doing is we're going to be taking another look at my son, DBS Broly, specifically the Zenkai Purple Broly, and a little bit of LF Broly. Just you know, he's my favorite unit, so I might as well. What we're going to be doing is actually something quite fun. I had a lot of fun running this. I was kind of nervous going into it. I didn't think it was gonna. I thought it was a little gimmicky going into it, but I really like it. So what we've got here is, for those of you who don't know, at 13/14 stars, the Zenkai Broly has the highest HP stat in the game. The base stat of 3.1 mil. That's base. So what we're doing is we're gonna crank that up a notch. As you guys see in the thumbnail, we're gonna crank that up to one more. Now, there are a couple of factors to make this happen. There are 3 people on the bench to make this possible. We've got the Raditz, we've got Shallot, who are both providing, we've got Shallot who's providing 15%, and then we've got Raditz and Broly, who are both providing 18%. So this total ends up being, let me do the math real quick. It is 51%. So that's just from that. Now, on top of this, we did a couple of things with his equipment to make it go over 5 mil. What we did is we took this equip, which is, first of all, it's got blast attack, which is good for him. Damage to hybrid Saiyans, which actually does actually come in handy in here. I was gonna say it doesn't come in handy in this video, but that's not true. You guys will see why. Anyway, he's got a base health of, or a plus base health of 11% from this equip, and then we've got this defensive Saiyan equip, which makes him stronger against Saiyans defensively and blast defense, which is nice, you know, for his blast armor. And then it's got another 8% to his health. And then on top of this, I just kind of threw this just to, you know, keep his offenses going. You know, a little bit to strike, a little bit to blast. It's got good defenses on both ends, especially because we are running him on an all Broly squad. And we are even going to run the yellow Broly because I am here to put some respect on his name. I actually like him a lot. I think he's a lot better than people give him credit. So without further ado, we're going to hop right into it. I'm going to stop talking about it. These are some really fun matches. I give every single one of them a GG, and yeah, I will see you guys in a second. Alright, so starting off our match, we've got our video rather, we've got a nice little fusion team going here. Now, this is only a Z4 Gogeta, but still scary nonetheless. So we do a little bit of song and dance there at the beginning. I kind of get him with a charge forward, and I'm able to get him with a nice little drop combo that I'm not quite sure I intentionally did. Like, it kind of just, I think I just Ultra Instincted it real quick. It wasn't necessarily something I was trying to do, it just kind of happened. But as you guys are going to see here, we're gonna leave LF Broly in for a little bit because I'm not actually necessarily worried about him being with Kefla. He's gonna start off the combo just fine, and we're gonna try and throw this out just to do some solid damage to Kefla. But I just, you know, got a little too big for my britches, overextended the combo. But we are able to kind of save ourselves with the green card there, and that's kind of one of the reasons why I say that this Broly is so underrated at the end of the day. Because a lot of people like to sit here and say like, oh well, like his green card is like circumstantial and it only combos with his blue card. Like, yeah, that's true, but like he you know, he does a pretty good job of stalling with it. It's a very good green card regardless of if you're able to combo. So right there, he's able to get a nice little cover change on me, and even there is able to bait out my green card. I'm sure he knew that I had one. That's why he went for just that long range strike and the swap. He's able to get me with a solid little blast there. Plus, I mean, it's Gogeta, so he would have went straight through anyway on the cover, and I'm just kind of opening up for Kefla right here. However, he does drop the combo trying to get whatchamacallit, the ult off, and what I was trying to do there is I was trying to, you know, go in for the rush, and it just didn't happen. I think I went for some type of key cancel or something, and it just didn't end up working out. But we are able to switch in and get the PV right there. And right here, we're going to see Broly break 5 mil for the first time. Now right here, we are going to be able to beat out the cover change just due to type neutrality. And right here, we're going to throw the rush straight out in the hopes of getting the yellow Gogeta, but we are going to take the red Gogeta instead. Now we are going to go for a blue card. I'm not really sure why I felt that this was a safe bet. I hadn't used one up until this point. Actually, that's not true. I believe I used one to bait out his Vanish, and that's probably why I was thinking at the time it was a good idea, just because I had used one in the match. So just, yeah, kind of went all or nothing. Now here, there's really no reason to switch out Broly. I did try to see if I could get him on the cover change, and we do. It was one strike too late, but, you know, that's okay, because the purple Broly's not going to take too much hit. Anyway, he gets some really solid taps in there, and once again, we're able to utilize the green card, but this is actually probably going to do him more good than it does us, you know, because this is going to be able to give him his Vanish back, and you can see I tried to, you know, make that situation work out in our favor, make that little exchange work out in our favor, but it does not, and at this point, my son is just going to be at the mercy of Gogeta, as, you know, he is in the anime. But it ends up working out. Nice little key cancel. We're able to heal up quite a nice little chunk. And that's going to work out just fine for Broly here, because even though Kefla's going to come back in, we're going to be able to fire off the ult, and this is just going to get her right back out of there. This is just going to get her back out for the 10 count, and it's actually going to put her at quite a solid amount. We get the switch out buffs, and Broly's looking pretty healthy once again, despite having taken quite a good amount of damage, and that's just part of the reason why I just love LF Broly, and the fact that he's at 8 stars now. He's just an absolute menace these days. I love using him. I always will. I'm not sure he'll go away as my favorite unit anytime soon. So at this point, the green Broly is going to take a good amount of damage. I considered switching into purple Broly, but I just felt it was a better option to keep him around just because of Kefla. And, you know, I figured that these two Brolys can do fine. Now, there, I thought I was going to time out the tackle just right, but I think if you guys see correctly, my finger just kind of went slightly over the strike. It was almost as if I went to, like, clash on the taps. At that point, I tried to wait it out, because sometimes I find if I wait it out, I will get the higher number. People, you know, will tap quickly and get like a low 900, and I'm able to get like a high 900 on the second time. Doesn't work out for me, but it ends up working out just fine, because he does end up dropping the combo right there, throwing out a rush on purple Broly, which, you know, it's looking pretty freaky, because Broly doesn't have a Vanish there. It was really smart of him to throw it out. He knew that purple Broly didn't have a rush, and, you know, he's probably smart to do it, because he just needed to get somebody out of the way, get this to be a 1v1, and especially if I was able to bring back the blue Broly, that would have been even more better value for him, but, you know, it's still going to make it a 1v1, and both of us are looking, you know, pretty right now. However, you know, we are able to get him with a tackle, and because he goes for the main, we're able to lock him in. This is going to do just enough to power up, to go through on the combo and fire off a blue card to win a very fun match for our first match. Coming up next, we got a nice little future team going here, and I wanted to take a second just to show off, you know, I just wanted to show off the yellow Broly a little bit here, because I figured he was either going to bring the Rose or the purple Vegeta, more than likely the purple Vegeta, and yeah, you know, we get some nice little chip damage to that purple Vegeta early on, and that's going to be pretty important early on. Now, the other thing that's going to be pretty important here is I mentioned at the beginning of the video that extra damage to hybrid Saiyans was going to come in handy later. And you guys are going to see some lovely damage here to the yellow Rage Trunks. And, you know, I have no problems bringing in the purple Broly here, because of his type neutrality, you know, before he's transformed, he's got 10 counts on it. And, you know, he's just going to do just a solid amount of damage to this Trunks, even, you know, at the beginning of it. Now, I ended up dropping the combo here, but it ends up working out just fine, because he's going to throw out that green card. And what's unfortunate here is, had I gone for that strike right there, I could have even just gone for a rush right in and just really been in a solid position. Now at this point, we're doing a pretty good amount of damage to not only that yellow Trunks, but we're gonna switch in this purple Vegeta and just absolutely nuke him. And I knew once he switched in that he was gonna get one shot, because, you know, this yellow Broly, he might be underrated, but that blue card of his, or I'm sorry, that ult of his is an absolute bomb. I mean, it really is. It hits so well. Now here he's able to throw out a rush, and he's just gonna take out my son, my boy, my baby boy. He takes him out so early, which is, I mean, it is what it is. You know, it's gonna be okay. You know, I have absolute faith in both yellow Broly and purple Broly. Everybody else may underrate them, but I do not. I think they are quite useful, and I have no worries here. Here we go. So we're going to match up just fine right there. We're going to try and run up on him, see if it works out. It doesn't. I mean, he looks like he's going to try and catch me in 2. We go for the double once again. Doesn't quite work out for me. I end up getting in the low 900s from him, from it rather. And he ends up getting in the high 900s, even on that early stage. So it doesn't end up doing anything that I want. as you can see, we're just kind of stalling out at this point. We're going to kind of let the health restoration just do its thing, tick up a little bit for Yellow Broly, see what we can do. And here, you know, he's going to bring back Rage Trunks, but it's not going to be too much of a problem. We still have our Vanish, and we're going to be able to get out of there just fine. Now, when people throw their blue card like that, it usually works out pretty well for me. I usually have no issues making it out of those, or even, you know, just getting a PV from them. They're very easy to avoid, so I don't necessarily suggest people throwing them out like that. And as you guys can see, you know, no issues, type neutrality. We've got that extra damage to Hybrid Saiyans. Everything's just fine for Purple Broly. He's already thrown out his Rush, so it's not a big deal. We're even able to catch him with the cover change on the Yellow Broly, and we're going to throw out some blasts to try and match up a little bit, which we do. We're going to be able to dodge out, and that's going to be able to lock him into the combo just from our run forward and dodge. We're going to throw out these strikes just to do as much damage as we can, hoping that even if we throw out this Rush right here, it'll just bring him to, you know, 1 HP. We've got 1 count on the Purple Broly, so even if it only brings him to 1 HP, we can switch in Purple Broly and do taps. It doesn't bring him to 1 HP, but it doesn't matter anyway because we're not getting guests, and we're able to take match number 2 with no problems whatsoever. I will see you guys for one final match. Alright, I'll see you guys in a second. Coming up next, we get a nice little free-to-play God Key team. Now, make no mistake, this Zenkai Blue Goku, even at Zenkai 3, is very solid, so I'm not underestimating my opponent just yet. However, you know, at 4 stars, the Yellow Kaioken Goku, well, he's not too much to worry about. He is catching me quite off guard early on, but as you guys can see, it does not matter to Green Broly. That chip damage is just absolutely nothing. So we're going to see if we can try to tap bait him, but clearly, you know, he's one of those free-to-plays that doesn't really fall for that kind of stuff. We are able to catch him in the sidestep right there, and this is going to just work out real bad for Zamasu. He's just going to start taking some really early damage. We're going to hit him off with the blue card, and we even get the feint off of here, which is just... oh, it's just unkind. Absolutely unkind. Now, unfortunately, we don't have enough yet because we didn't have... the card draw speed. Had I popped the green card first, we probably would have had the cards anyway, but it's alright because popping the main, we're able to catch him, and we get him with that blast card. Now, right there, I did have the strikes to counter his tackle, but for whatever reason, it works out just fine. No issues here whatsoever. We're going to see the switch into Kaioken Goku, but it's not going to matter too much. However, we do end up dropping the combo again, and we get some taps right there, so he's able to stop the blast, and that's going to end the combo, which would have otherwise killed. However, once again, we're able to get out of there and just catch him and going right away. Whether or not it was a PV is another story, but we're just able to catch him once again. And we're able to fire off the ult, killing the Yellow Goku, making this pretty much a done deal for Purple Broly. So he thinks he's got some heals with his silly little green card, but we've got even more heals with our main ability, bringing him to over 5 million HP. And the thought process here at this point is, I know he's saving his rush for the Green Broly, because there's really going to be no way he could win without rushing the Green Broly. He's just stalling at this point, you know, doing what he can do, but we're able to catch him with a tackle at this point, and we're just going to start throwing things out. We're going to throw out the strike, we're going to throw out the blue card, see what we can do. I'm trying my best at this point not to rush. I can't remember whether or not I did at the end of the day, but yeah, we're trying our best not to. So yeah, at this point, we do our little switch. I try to catch him with the barrier, figuring that he was going to go right away after that sidestep. But no, that's not what happens. He ends up waiting it out just fine and is able to catch me, is able to vanish. Some good reactions on his part, and he's just doing whatever damage he can to the Green Broly, and is going to throw out the rush in the hopes that he can catch him, but at this point I have my choice of throwing out whichever Broly I want to throw out, and things just get even worse from there, because I'm just going to go for the best choice being the obvious choice, going for the strike card, and that's exactly what it is. Yeah, this is going to put him in a not-so-great spot. We're going to throw out that green card just to, you know, kind of restore our ki, get ourselves ready. We get rid of his Vanish right there, and we're going to throw right away into that strike. Get into a clash, which we win for once in the damn video, and we're about to throw out the strike when we get the forfeit. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. I really enjoyed using my son. Final match of the video. Yeah, great team, a lot of fun. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.